Okay, I got some breaking news for you Los Angeles Lakers LeBron James blind witnesses fans. The trade proposal that would send Russell Westbrook to the Indiana Pacers. In return, Indiana would give up Buddy Hield and a player. That deal fell apart. Now, before we get into the initial deal, people seem to forget that this is a recycled deal proposal. This was proposed to the Indiana Pacers and the Los Angeles Lakers last season before the trade deadline ended. And the sticking point was, well, the Indiana Pacers were okay with getting Russell Westbrook, but they wanted a first-round draft pick. The Lakers front office, Rob Pelinka, declined. Now, on the eve of this trade becoming official, guess what the Indiana Pacers want? Yeah, you're willing to give up that draft pick, but we want the other draft pick too. So the sticking point on why this trade is not official and why Russell Westbrook is not with the Indiana Pacers is the unwillingness of the Lakers front office, Rob Pelinka or Gina Buss, or maybe the combination of the both, are not too enthused of giving up both of their draft picks to get Russell Westbrook out of their hair. They're getting two players, Buddy Hield, and I forgot the other player's name, I do apologize. But these two players would immediately improve the Lakers' chances as far as being a contending a team. They will be literally giving away these players just to take Russell Westbrook and basically try to work out some type of proposal where they can buy out Russell Westbrook or tell Russell Westbrook, just stay home, collect your money, we're cool, we don't need you, all right? But the sticking point on why this trade fell through was the unwillingness of the front office of the Los Angeles Lakers giving up both of those draft picks. Now, I told you guys 1,000 times, I'm going to tell you guys 1,000 times more. Russell Westbrook is not going anywhere. Russell Westbrook is going to be with the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? By hook or crook. Doesn't matter if you're for it or against it. Doesn't matter if you're a LeBron James fan, a Los Angeles Lakers fan, or just a fan in general. Russell Westbrook is going to be in the future plans of the Los Angeles Lakers this upcoming season. Hell, Darvin Ham even said in his introduction interview that he's looking forward of having Russell Westbrook, trying to figure out ways to involve Russell Westbrook with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And Darvin Ham is not going to be like Frankie V. Frankie V didn't want Russell Westbrook in the first place, but supported the move, and would have had Russell Westbrook come off the bench, but his hands were tied due to the front office and also due to Russell Westbrook's unwillingness to do so. Okay, now Darvin Ham is a different guy, and he's willing to explore all options, including letting Russell Westbrook come off the bench. I'm telling you guys, I'm 99% sure Russell Westbrook is going to be with you guys this up and coming season. When the season starts and Russell Westbrook is still on your roster, no team in their right mind is going to trade for Russell Westbrook. And if the Lakers are that, and I feel like they're going to be so desperate, they're going to look back at this and say, wow, we should have gave up both of them draft picks and we could have gotten Russell Westbrook out of our hair. You know what? Let's just give up both of the draft picks just to get Russell Westbrook up out of here. But no team is going to even want that. They're going to want additional draft picks, because as the weeks go on, as the months go on, and when the preseason just right around the corner, and in October, here we come, we're talking about the regular season, Russell Westbrook is still a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Los Angeles Lakers are more desperate into getting him up out of there, and a lot of teams know that. A lot of teams are not going to give up a lot for Russell Westbrook. Basically, any team that trades for Russell Westbrook knows that they should have an agreement with Russell Westbrook as far as a buyout, or if he's not interested in a buyout, which Russell Westbrook will be foolish to take a buyout when the season starts, why would you take a buyout when you can just collect all your money and just sit at home like John Wall? Okay, they're gonna John Wall Russell Westbrook. Okay, whatever team that's interested in Russell Westbrook. But I've told you guys 1,000 times, the Lakers are going to be stuck like Chuck with Russell Westbrook. So that's why you hear a lot of things from Darvin Ham talking about he's going to be creative. He's going to try to figure out different packages, different selections, different opportunities to incorporate Russell Westbrook in their offense and have their own big three in La La Land. This how desperate times the Los Angeles Lakers are. They're in Struggleville. They're so much in Struggleville. They're talking about re-signing Carmelo Anthony. The Los Angeles Lakers are not getting younger. They're getting older. And the Los Angeles Lakers are going to have the same identical roster that they had last year. What happened with all that flexibility? Not be stuck with a bad contract or with a player. Just have 1 year contract. How this was going to be beneficial for LeBron James. Okay, how's that working for him so far? It is not working well for LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, now a lot of Los Angeles Lakers fans are going to say differently. A lot of stands for LeBron James is going to say differently. But looking at the roster, this team will probably improve. They'll probably have 5 more wins, 10 more wins. Still not good enough to beat Phoenix. Still not good enough to beat Golden State. Still not good enough to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. It's just not good, folks. They're probably the 6th or 7th best team as of right now. They got the highest payroll, but they're the 6th or 7th best team in the standings. Okay, try to make that make sense. Okay, so they're stuck with Russell Westbrook. Other teams are going to say when the season starts, well, not only we want those 2 draft picks, but we want you going to have to trade with another team to get additional draft picks, and we're going to rape and pillage the rest of your roster. Okay, you're basically giving up more just to get Russell Westbrook out of your system and out of your roster. The relationship between him and LeBron James has done fell off. Russell Westbrook is saying that he was promised a lot of things. And the funny thing about the trade with the Indiana Pacers, the Lakers could have gotten Buddy Hield when he was a member of the Sacramento Kings. They could have gotten Buddy Hield. But no, LeBron James wanted Russell Westbrook. They could have gotten Buddy Hield, signed Alex Caruso to a contract, and DeRozan. Now, the sticking point with DeRozan, that was more with the front office. They didn't want to add an additional year to his contract. Hindsight being 2020, they probably would have added a year for DeRozan. They probably would have re-signed Alex Caruso. They probably would have traded for Buddy Hield. But would this be appealing for LeBron James? LeBron James had star glaze in his eyes saying, no, I want a bigger name. I want a Russell Westbrook. I want to do something that Kevin Durant could not do, is get Russell Westbrook, win a chip with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is an ISO player who's one-dimensional. He has to have the ball to be very successful. And if you look at his production last year, it fell off. Okay, the turnovers were still up. I just don't see how this is going to work with Darvin Ham other than him coming off the bench. He's going to be the most expensive player coming off the bench, making over $40+ million. And he's going to be unhappy about it. But I feel like the Lakers, he's got 2 options if he's going to stay. He's definitely going to be with the Los Angeles Lakers. Either come off the bench or just sit at home and we'll John Wall you. All right? And no team is interested in Russell Westbrook. As desperate as the Brooklyn Nets are, they're not interested in Russell Westbrook. As desperate as the New York Knickerbockers are, they don't want Russell Westbrook. Okay? So there are teams out there that just plain not interested in Russell Westbrook. The San Antonio Spurs, Even if they give the 2 draft picks up and a player, the San Antonio Spurs are not interested in Russell Westbrook. Even though he can just sit at home or take a buyout. And look at all that money the San Antonio Spurs can have next offseason. The San Antonio Spurs are rebuilding, folks. They're not contending anytime soon. So that's what's going on with Russell Westbrook. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.